Hey live streamers, I'm Alexandra from Dancing Astronaut. We're here live at Facebook headquarters in New York City with a very special guest. He's the founder of United We Are Foundation, label boss at Revealed Recordings, multiple recipient of DJ Mag's #1 DJ Award, and tonight this internationally renowned producer will be speaking and spinning at the United Nations. Please join me in welcoming Hardwell.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Great introduction, thank you.
How are you doing this afternoon?
I'm great, actually just arrived from Amsterdam. Long flight though, but we're here, we made it.
Nice. Of course, I want to get right to it and talk about the United We Are Foundation. I know you had an amazing event last year, 70,000 people strong, and you made enough to benefit 18,000 kids for the next decade. So I'd love it if you could talk a little bit about that and tell us how that came to be.
Well, actually, it started with my artist album, United We Are. I thought that was the perfect title for my album. Why? Because I think music in general is one of the most universal things on earth. No matter which age you are, which religion, which culture, everybody can relate to certain songs, certain music. That's actually how I came up with the name Unite We Are. And just by myself, I thought we could do something more with that name, you know, with that unity. That's something so special. With that being said, I did my first I Am Hardwell concert in India, and I saw homeless kids seeking shelter for the rain underneath my billboard. And my heart broke. I was about to play my own gig, and well, my heart broke. I saw kids, you know, without a home, seeking shelter, and that underneath my face. So I always said to myself, the moment I come back to this country, I want to give something back, you know, make a social difference. And well, that's actually what we did. We started the Unite We Are Foundation, and last December we held the first concert. Unite We Are concert in India, in Mumbai. The world's biggest guest list. That was named.
Yeah, I saw that.
Why that? Because, you know, I don't want to raise money by kids, you know, buying tickets. The only thing I want to do is give awareness to the kids what's actually happening in their country. So yeah, 70,000 people, more than 70,000 people on the guest list, and the money we raised, as you mentioned, we helped more than 80,000 kids for the next decade, and providing the young children in India for education.
That's incredible. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
That's a really big deal. And what can we expect next from the foundation?
Well, that's one of the reasons why I'm here today in New York. I'm here to speech about my foundation at United Nations headquarters. Let's see if they can help me for my future plans for the foundation. We're definitely going to do more with the foundation in the future. So I think today is definitely the next step if we talk about what's going to happen with the foundation.
Yeah, that's a really big deal. So congrats on that as well.
Thank you.
I know you talked about music being a unifying force, and I totally agree. And tonight, I know you're partnering with an organization that specializes in soccer and using soccer as a medium for democracy and sort of peace. Can you talk about how that partnership came about at all, or?
Well, it's not that really like that we have a partnership right now, but there are like people from different occupations that are going to talk tonight and seek exactly for the same thing, for like a better world. And
sort of like work together and cooperate.
Exactly, yeah. And tonight we're there to meet other people with different foundations, and let's see how we can actually work together and make everything better. And yeah, it sounds cliche, but work on a better world.
It's definitely not cliche. I mean, I think that's the goal, and I think that's something unique that electronic music has. It's definitely an egalitarian medium, and it can really bring people together, whether it's on a dance floor or sort of by leveling the playing field of like whose voice gets heard.
Yeah, and raise awareness. It's something so special, you know. A lot of people can relate to music, not even dance music, but like in general, and think that with me at a certain level right now, selling so many tickets, same goes for like a lot of other DJs, goes for festivals. I think if we all work together, we can definitely make the world kind of a better place.
That's really awesome. That sounds great. I guess we're getting some live questions from fans watching the live stream, so we're going to cut to that for a second. Brett on the live stream asks, what DJ inspired you to get started? I know you got started when you were like 12 years old.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, if I have to name one guy, it should be Tiesto.
Tiesto, yeah.
We're born and raised in the same city in Holland, a small city in the south called Breda. And when he broke through, he was constantly in the news, and well, I was always working on music though. I was 4 years old when I started playing piano, and at the age of 12, I saw his concerts and kind of like a live stream stuff and his DVD, and that really inspired me. That inspired me to become a DJ. That was an eye opener. So for me, it was like there was one guy who makes his own music and can perform by himself for a lot of people. Like that's what I want to do.
I mean, that's what you're doing now,
Like,
so that's awesome.
Yeah, one man army, you know, like I didn't need a band. I just could perform by myself with the records I made in my home studio. And that's what I wanted to do, become a DJ.
What kind of music did you grow up listening to? Like, what kind of music did your parents listen to in the house?
My dad is a really big Elvis Presley fan.
I saw you in an interview saying, like, I was grateful to play in Madison Square Garden because Elvis played here. And
exactly.
I was like, oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, my dad is one of the biggest Elvis fans. My mom was a really big fan of basically a lot of different, from James Brown to Michael Jackson. She listened to a lot of stuff. And myself, when I listen to dance music, I obviously grew up with more trance music. Armin van Buuren and Tiesto were always my role models, so that's how it started for me.
Yeah. What was it like the first time you met those guys?
I know the first time I met Tiesto, that was super weird. That was actually the first time I performed with him when he invited me to Ibiza.
How old were you?
I was 24, I guess. Yeah, 24. First time I met him on his night in the Privilege in Ibiza, and I never met him before. So to meet your role model I was super nervous.
As a peer.
Kind of starstruck, you know. And yeah, but it was Armin I met through the record company. We were both at the same record company. I met him there. So yeah, it's always great to meet your role models and have a conversation with them. It was really inspiring for me.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, that actually goes right into the next question from Martin on the live stream, who asks, what gives you inspiration for your new tracks?
The biggest inspiration for me is always the fans. You know, playing those big festivals, you're constantly seeing what works on the dance floor. You get the energy. I always say as a DJ, it's a back and forth thing. You're on stage, you play your records, people react to those records, and you get that energy back. And you use that energy, you know, to look for that special surprise in your set, or even like making new records. And definitely by all the touring, I always gain a lot of inspiration for making new music. Because when you're a lot of tour, you actually see which records are working and which records don't. So yeah, I always use that as an inspiration for my songs.
So do you prefer playing at the bigger festivals, or do you enjoy playing smaller clubs, or what's your ideal?
Oh, that's such a hard question. You know, I like both. Why? Because I think my music definitely fits better on festivals. There's a reason why I call it big room music, right? But on the other hand, I like to perform those small rooms because it's so intimate. You can actually see the eyes, the emotion of your fans in the eyes. You're so close by, and I really like that how intimate it can be.
I heard you listen to a lot of deep house and like deep techno. What are you into? Like, what do you listen to?
A lot of stuff though. At this point, I really like MK, Low Steppa. I love the new Disclosure EP that they actually announced yesterday. Yeah, Moog for Love. And yeah, one of my friends is really into deep house, Frankie Rizzardo. You should check him out. He's really a great upcoming guy, deep house guy, and he always updates me if I'm like a couple of steps behind. So
I think MK is right on the money. Okay, so we have another question from the live stream from Craig, who asks, "What is the best concert you've ever been to?"
Concert or like where I played?
You can answer both.
Both.
Answer both.
I was really impressed by Justin Timberlake, his latest show in Amsterdam, and I went to one of the first Eminem concerts in Amsterdam back in 2001, I guess. Yeah, and it was him, Exhibit, Dr. Dre, 50 Cent. So that was definitely, you know, I grew up being a big Eminem fan.
I know.
So.
I think you said that you're a hip hop fan and that you really like Pharrell.
So yeah, that was a great concert. I think it's fair to say the concert I'm the most proud of was definitely the first I Am Hardwell closing show here in New York at Madison Square Garden.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's the most iconic venue in the world, and to be there as a solo artist selling out Madison Square Garden is definitely basically the biggest show I've ever done.
That's so cool. Last question. I know that you're not playing Tomorrow World this year. I wanted to know if maybe you could comment on that.
Yeah, well, I'm not playing Tomorrowland Belgium this year. I actually want to play Tomorrowland, but for some reason there was no room for me this year. They didn't book me, but you know.
But you know what? You're playing. You're closing out EDC tomorrow night.
100%.
That's huge.
Yeah.
What can we expect to hear from you tomorrow night?
Well, EDC Vegas is one of the biggest festivals. I'm really excited to be
Any
back
new
on the main
music?
stage. Yeah, a lot of new music. I've
Oh,
been a lot in
wow.
the studio, so I've been preparing for the festival season this summer, so I'm gonna play a lot of new music. They're actually gonna live stream a part of it, so make sure you
Awesome.
check that out. I'm really excited. Gonna be my first time at Lollapalooza this summer, so
That's going to be awesome too.
definitely 100%.
Cool. I think that's all the time that we have, but thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us. Say thank you to Hardwell live streamers. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time.